Continuing with the history of Edgar Allan Poe, let's remember his childhood and how hard it was during the abandoned by his father, who left him when he was only 3 years old, and later, later, died of tuberculosis, leaving him and his brother orphans. Although he found an adopted family, his suffering didn't diminish because the relationship with his adopted father was terrible and the relationship with his brother was quite distant. He grew up with very little love, and his adolescence was always marked by loneliness. He never tolerated rudeness and or any kind of manipulation, so that on several occasions he had things with his classmates. His first love was at the age of 14. He fell in love with the mother of one of his classmates who was 30 years old and who died a few months later. To one, it said that dedicate his first poem, titulated For Helen. His second love was about 16 with a girl named Sarah, and few years later he secretly married his cousin Virginia, who was 13 years old. Although Severin claimed that their relationships was more family than love. On the other hand, his first book that was officially made public was at the age of 18 while he was in military service, which had barely 50 copies and was published anonymously because he didn't want his parents to realize his interest in literature. Some time later, his wife died at the age of 24 due to tuberculosis, which led him to a deep depression. He tried to commit suicide and on several occasions but failed. He took refuge in alcohol, games, and drugs, called laudanum, which was because used to something and king pain, which caused him many health problems, leading to his mysterious death. Was a romantic writer, poetic, critic, and journalist, recognized as one of the universal masters of the short story, of which he was on the first practitioners in his country. He was a renovator of the Gothic novel, remembered especially for his tales of terror. Considered the inventor of the detective story, he wrote works of science fiction. His most famous work was The Raven, with which he was recognized worldwide. Thank you.